When does the soul enter the fetus? Hello, my dear friend, Mira Kelly here, and this is the question we're going to be answering. I am going to share with you information that is derived from the Seth material. I have done my best to organize it better and make it more coherent. So here we are. The atoms that make up a fetus have their own basic awareness and consciousness. Before any reincarnating personality enters, the fetus has its own simple consciousness that comes from its atoms. Any matter, like a fetus, like a rock, grass, or nail, has this basic matter consciousness. The reincarnating personality, or the soul, joins the new fetus based on its personal wants, characteristics, and past life experiences. But there's really no set rule that it has to take over the fetus at conception, early on, or at birth, or at any specific time. It's a gradual, individual process that depends on the personality's emotional patterns from their past lives. It doesn't necessarily come from the emotions of their last life only, but from a group of past lives. Different personalities adopt different entry methods. If the parents and the incoming child have a strong emotional bond, the personality might dive in at conception if it's really eager to reconnect with them. Even then, though, a large part of its awareness still operates in the spirit realm for a while. At first, being in the womb is dreamy for the soul, with its focus still mainly in the spirit realm. Gradually, that flips until it gets harder to stay focused in the spirit realm clearly. In cases where the personality attaches at conception, almost always the parents and the child have strong connections from past lives, or the personality has an intense, obsessive desire to return to earthly life, either for a specific purpose or because it's really into the earthly experience and wants to dive right in. That's not necessarily bad. The personality may just realize it enjoys physical reality and it orients itself towards Earth and sees it as a rich place to grow its abilities. Some personalities do jump in at conception for less ideal reasons, though, like greed or wanting to resolve obsessive problems from other lifetimes. Others that don't really do very well with earthly life might wait for a long time to fully join the fetus, and even they stay at a distance from the body. The same applies at death. Some individuals withdraw focus from the physical before death, leaving just the body consciousness, while others stick with the body until the last moment. Anyway, in early infancy, the personality isn't steadily focused in the body yet. In all cases, the personality makes the decision ahead of time. That's a choice that is made before the soul enters the fetus. The soul that is coming into the physical body knows about the conception ahead of time. It may or may not enter the fetus then, but it feels completely drawn to that time, to that place, to that physical form. Occasionally, long before conception even occurs, the incoming child's soul will visit the parents to be, will visit their environment, and it feels pulled there again. Between lives, An individual might see glimpses of their future experience, not exact events, but the essence of the new relationships, to remind themselves of the challenge they have set up in the next incarnation. In those terms, ghosts of the future can be as real in for the soul as ghosts of the past that we experience in our homes here on earth. It's not like empty shell of matter exists with the fetus before the soul steps in and enters. Especially after conception and more so over time, the new personality does hang around in and near the fetus. Still, the shock of birth often makes the soul fully blast into physical reality. Before that, things are just fairly uniform. The body consciousness gets nurtured almost automatically, strongly reacting, but under control. Then, at birth, all that suddenly ends as new stimuli rigidly get introduced, and the body consciousness hasn't experienced those before. It really needs something to stabilize it. So before birth, the body consciousness was enriched and supported through deep biological and telepathic connections with the mom. The communication between living cells is way more profound than we recognize. The identification with the mom is almost complete for the living cells, for the fetus, as far as the body consciousness goes. Until the new personality enters, until the new soul enters, the fetus sees itself as part of the mom's organism. That support gets suddenly cut off at birth. And if the personality hasn't fully entered yet, usually it does so then to stabilize the new organism. Basically, it comforts the fetus, the baby, the new organism. How intensely the personality experiences birth varies based on when it enters this life. If it enters at birth, it's fairly independent, not fully identified with the new baby form yet, with the new baby body, and acts in a supportive role. If it entered earlier, at the time of conception, for example, it has already started identifying more with the baby body, with the body consciousness of the fetus. It has begun directing perception, although perception starts regardless of its direction, so it will feel the intense shock of birth more directly. When the personality entered that early, there is no distance between it and the experience of birth. After entry, the new personality flickers for a while before stabilizing. Like when a young child sleeps, the personality often completely vacates the body. Gradually, its identification with the spirit realm decreases until it nearly fully focuses on residing in the physical body. Please let me know your thoughts and your comments on this. I have guided people through past life regressions where their soul was visiting possible fetuses, possible reincarnational bodies, and it was fascinating to hear the perspective. So I have experienced what Seth speaks in personal sessions with clients, how the choices get made when the choice to enter the body gets made. It's really fascinating to hear the personal individual account of clients. If you would like to experience your own past life regression, whether it's past lives, whether it's being in your mother's womb and what it was like to be born into the physical, let me know. Email me at info@mirakelly. I am sending you oceans of love, and we'll talk again soon.